Hi guys, thanks for stopping by. I'm Todd Melanson, Bloomington, Minnesota, and today I'm going to do a review of the Sigma Sig D10 Nets. It's a mouthful, right? So the name stands for D10 is the model, NAT is because it has a natural finish, and S for solid top, has a solid spruce top. Some of the main features to start out with, and I'm going to give you the price at the end of the video because you're going to be blown away. But anyway, so like I said, solid spruce top. It has a specific kind of spruce top too that I didn't know about until I actually watched somebody else's video about this guitar, which is how I actually discovered this guitar. But it's really hard to see on the camera. In fact, it's probably impossible to see. But there's these little striations that if you didn't know that this was it was the kind of wood that it was, you might think that it was a messed up top or a bad piece of wood. Apparently that's not the case. I forget what the name of this kind of wood is. You guys can check around and find out, but basically what those striations indicate is that it's an older piece of wood, and actually a lot of guitar players apparently kind of seek this out because it's supposed to produce a warmer tone better and better resonance as well. So you can be the judge of whether or not that's the case when I play something here in a second. But overall, the fit and finish is fantastic. The sides are just absolutely beautiful. I mean, really, it's just spectacular as far as that goes. And the back, I got really lucky with the piece of wood that I got on mine because, wow, that is really nice, super pretty. And even though it is a gloss finish, it's a super light guitar, and the way the top sounds, I don't think this is a thin piece of wood. So this finish has got to be pretty darn thin, I would estimate. The neck is a satin finish, which is my favorite for an acoustic guitar because it's just easier to play. Your hands don't stick when you're going up and down the neck, so I love that. Grover tuners. Now, when I was doing research on this guitar initially, the ones that I saw actually had Grover stamped right here, and these do not, but I am 99.9% sure that these are still real Grover tuners because when you are tuning, they are super fine. They are definitely, in my experience, 18-to-1 tuning machines. So if these aren't Grovers, I would be shocked. Besides the precision, once I got this thing in tune and the strings stopped stretching out, it has not gone out of tune. And well, I've had the guitar for 4 days now, and I've been playing it for several hours a night. And I've had to address only the E and the A string, the low E and A strings, and only minutely. All the other strings have stayed in perfectly, and now since yesterday I haven't had to tune anything. It's been great. So that's all good stuff. Rosewood fretboard, rosewood bridge, bone, nut and saddle, which is awesome. The bridge pins are plastic, so I mean, you got to compromise somewhere. One of my favorite features, 2 strap pins, not 1, 2. And specifically what I like about these is, let me see if I can get you an angle where you can actually see that. Hopefully you can see that. You'll notice how on the bottom edge, right here, it's squared. It's not like a cone. Most of the pins that you find on your neck, well, on both ends really, they're slightly conical. That's the right word, conical. And so what happens is your strap can be prone to sliding off. But because these are so squared off, once you get it on, they are hooked on. I mean, your strap is not going anywhere. So I really like that. It's an excellent feature. It came with EXP strings, and I'm pretty sure these are 11s because I just put 11s on my other guitar, and these feel the same. So that would be medium light, basically. So, how does it sound? Well, I write most everything that I write on acoustic guitar, and this is like I'll just do a couple little things here, and you guys can get a sense for how it sounds. Hopefully, the sound is at least decent. I'm using my phone to do this, and so obviously that combined with YouTube compression, it's not going to be like you're in the room, but hopefully you can get the gist. I have thoroughly checked this guitar out for string buzz because I did have to adjust the neck when I first got it just slightly, and there's no string buzz now. If you hear any string buzz, it's because I haven't fully got my calluses back in yet. So it's the player, not the instrument. Trust me. So I just wanted to put that out there. It's just something I've been noodling around with for the last couple of days. So to me, that's a good sign. If you get a guitar and you instantly start getting inspired to write something, to me, that's the key thing. And I don't care if you spend $5,000 on a guitar. If you get bored playing it and it just does nothing for you, then what was the point of spending the money, right? So, and trust me, this guitar was a bargain, which I'll let you know how much it was towards the end of the video. Okay, let's try something else. Blackbird singing in the dead of the night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. I don't want to do too much of that because the video will get blocked. It may get blocked just for that. It sounds really, and I don't know how it sounds over there, but in the room, I can tell you, it sounds so warm and balanced. I really love the, like, you know, the high strings, the bass is there. The mid-range might be a little bit on the quiet side compared, but I would rather have that balance of the highs and the lows and, you know, slightly less mids than not have enough lows, because that's one thing that drives me crazy, especially for me because I have a higher voice. I like a warm guitar tone because it balances out my voice, you know, and then I can kind of sit in the pocket when I'm singing. So yeah, I really like that. The playability is excellent, I have to say. It really is. You're not gonna have a problem finger picking. It took me a couple of hours to really get adjusted to it because my other acoustic is an old beat up Honer that I have, and its neck is considerably wider than this. So I'm used to having that extra space. So I did have to make a more of a mental adjustment than anything else, but it's definitely finger pickable, no problem. What else? It's without a pick, just strumming without a pick. I suck. So strummed, it sounds a little something like this. The neck is very playable. I'm a crappy lead player, so if I can play it that quick on this, that's a really pretty impressive sign. So there you go. And I think that's enough playing for you guys to get a sense of how it sounds. Again, in the room, it sounds really great. It stays in tune fantastically. Fit and finish is great. Now, I don't think I mentioned, so when it was shipped, it came damaged slightly. There is a mark here, which I highly doubt you can see. Maybe you can. It's right here along the binding. There we go. Now I got a camera. Yeah, see that? And it's actually a gouge. Because I thought at first maybe it was just a mark on the guitar, but it is a gouge. And, you know, that was UPS's fault because as soon as I saw the box, I knew there was going to be a problem. It was one of those things. So anyway, I called Musician's Friend. It just so happened that the day I bought this, I had been looking at this guitar for like 3 or 4 days. And they had an open box item of the same thing that was $25 less. So anyway, I called them. They were willing to, obviously send me another guitar, but I would have had to send this back, get a refund, and then have them send me that one, which would have been fine. I just didn't really feel like going through the hassle if I didn't have to. But I was like, okay, well, if that's my only option, I'll go ahead and do that. And then that night, I made a slight truss rod adjustment and played it, and ended up just, kind of getting addicted to the guitar. I spent like 5 hours playing. So then I'm like, do I really want to send this back? Because, every guitar that you get, especially from a large manufacturer, each one of those is different. There's not going to be two that sound the exact same. And this thing sounds really nice. It plays really nice. So I thought about it overnight, and I decided I would call them in the morning and try to maybe come up with a compromise solution, which I did. So I called them in the morning. I got a nice guy on the phone named Lane, who works at Musician's Friend. And I said, Lane, I don't think I want to return this guitar. And I told him how I played it for several hours and I've kind of fallen in love with it. So I've got a proposal. I saw you had an open box item. If you guys will just give me a $25 credit back to my card, then we can just call it even, and I'm cool with that. I'll just keep the guitar even though it's damaged. I can send you pictures to prove that it is damaged. You don't need to take my word for it. And we can do that. Well, unfortunately, what he said was for us to do that, we would have to be able to change the price of the guitar on the original order, which our system doesn't really allow us to do that. So we would have to do a refund. You would still, basically there was no way to do it. So he asked me, were there any accessories like picks or straps or anything like that that I needed? And I was like, not really. I said, but this didn't come with a gig bag, so I could use a gig bag. Even a used one is fine with me. I don't care. As long as it's comparable in price to that $25, then I'd be okay with that. So he's like, all right, well, let me see what I can do. And he did his magic, and he came back with this, which is it's basically their cheapest brand new gig bag you get. So it's nothing special. But it's got your pocket for your accessories. It does have the strap on the back for carrying it over your shoulder. And it fits the guitar perfectly. So when I was first putting it in, I actually thought that maybe it was too small, but that was just my stupidity. So anyway, it fits perfectly. So that was cool. I was like, yeah, that's totally fine. And they sent that with 1-day shipping. So I talked to them on Wednesday, it went out Thursday, and I received it on Friday. So super fast. It came faster than the guitar did because of the Labor Day weekend. This took an extra day to come. But generally, everything I've ever bought from Musician's Friend, and again, I live in Minnesota, usually I receive everything in 4 days. And that's just with standard ground shipping, which is free shipping. They do free shipping for everything. So yeah, overall, that's it. So what did I pay for the guitar? I know that's what you're wondering. So normally it's $199.99, which even at that price, this is a great deal with the solid top, Grover tuners, bone nut and saddle, all that, nice strings, the EXPs. And so normally for even the bottom of those specs, $250, easy, It was on sale for $119.99. Plus, of course, with the damage, I ended up getting a free gig bag as a result. So $119.99, there's no way you can beat that for this. I'm really extremely impressed. I've never owned a Sigma guitar before. I didn't know until I did some research that they used to be owned by Martin Company. Obviously, we know who Martin is. And it's very Martin-esque. I mean, if you look at the headstock, it's, that's like straight out of Martin's library, or catalog, rather. And the whole guitar is kind of like that. It has a very standard Martin dreadnought, what the heck is going on with my roommates? Jeez, anyway, sorry about that. So, but yeah, very Martin-esque. And yeah, for $119.99, there's no way you can beat it. Now, keep in mind, Musician's Friend is owned by a Guitar Center. And what I've discovered basically is, through the process of buying this, it seems that they cycle back and forth on who's going to have this model on sale. So for Labor Day, Musician's Friend had it. I called my local Guitar Center, 3 of them, to see if any of them had one in stock, so I wouldn't have to wait for shipping. I could just go pick it up and have them price match. No, none of them had it in stock. So apparently what they do is, whichever one has it on sale at that point, they get all the inventory, and the other one doesn't get any. So just keep that in mind. But on the off chance that you do find one at one or the other, if you live at the one or live near the one that has the higher price, they will price match the other. So that's good to know too. So overall, great experience. Lane at Musician's Friend was outstanding. So I appreciate the help, Lane. Thank you, buddy. Yeah. So the Sigma Sig D10 Nats, $119.99 on sale, $199.99 normally. Solid spruce top, fantastic specs all the way around, great tone, I love it. I can't recommend it highly enough. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it or you got something out of it, and subscribe. I'm going to be doing videos like this on a regular basis. This is my new channel. I also have a channel that's focused primarily on gaming. But this is going to be all about music. My music's here, obviously, and then guitar reviews, and I'm going to primarily focus on guitars between $180 and $250. And the reason for that is just that, just like this guitar, I'm looking for guitars that beginners and intermediate players would really be able to focus on, and that price range is the largest market segment for those kind of buyers. So that's primarily what I'll focus on. Obviously, the bigger the channel gets, when I get relationships with manufacturers and such, when they send me guitars that are higher priced, of course I'm going to review them. Or if I happen to buy something that's really nice, yeah, I will review it, but this is going to be the focus, you know, this price segment. So look for that. I appreciate you guys' I appreciate you stopping by. Couldn't figure out what I was going to say there for a second. So yeah, do all those things. Leave some comments if you have any questions about the guitar. I'll also leave links to Musician's Friend in the comments. And again, it's not an affiliate link, so I don't get anything for that. I just had a very good experience, and so I will hook you up with that information. Again, you guys have a great day. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.